The gunshots echoed down the alley like thunderclaps in a storm. Officer David Reyes could barely hear his own breath as he ran through the darkness, his partner just ahead of him, not a fellow officer, but a German shepherd named Rex. Trained for danger, fearless by instinct, Rex's paws barely touched the ground as he chased the suspect through winding alleyways and broken fences. But this wasn't just another call. This wasn't just another night on patrol. This was the night everything changed. Just 3 hours earlier, the Pinebrook Police Department had received a call about a home invasion gone wrong. A family of 4 had been tied up, the father beaten, the mother barely conscious, and the children too shaken to speak. The suspect had stolen cash, valuables, and something else, a personal vendetta. Witnesses claimed he was a former inmate, recently released, harboring a grudge against Officer Reyes, whose testimony had put him behind bars 5 years prior. Now, he was back, armed, desperate, and determined to make Reyes pay. David Reyes was a seasoned cop, known for his calm under pressure, but he was also a father. The thought of someone targeting his family tightened his throat. He joined the force after losing his own brother to gang violence. He believed in justice. But tonight, justice felt personal. And in the middle of it all was Rex, the K-9 officer assigned to David 2 years ago. Since their first patrol together, the two had formed a bond thicker than blood. Rex was more than a partner. He was David's shield, his silent reassurance, the one being he trusted to guard his back when everything else went to hell. When the call came in that the suspect had been spotted in an abandoned warehouse district, David didn't wait. He and Rex rushed to the scene, heartbeats pounding in unison. As they moved in, the suspect bolted. What followed was a chase that would later be called the most intense pursuit in Pinebrook's history. The man was fast, manic, dangerous. He fired at officers without hesitation, ducked through shadows, climbed over chain-link fences like a ghost. But Rex was faster. As the chase reached its peak, Rex closed the distance. With a burst of power, he lunged, teeth clamping down on the suspect's arm just as the man turned and fired. The bullet struck Rex in the side. The gun went off again, another hit. But Rex didn't let go. Even as pain tore through his body, he dragged the suspect down, giving David the crucial seconds to move in and wrestle the weapon away. The suspect was cuffed, but Rex wasn't moving. David dropped to his knees, his hands trembling as he pressed them against Rex's wounds. "Stay with me, buddy. Stay with me." Blood soaked the street. Sirens wailed in the distance. Rex's chest rose and fell, slower each time. Officers surrounded them, but all David saw was his partner, his friend, slipping away. They rushed Rex to the emergency vet, lights flashing, streets clearing, officers leading the way like it was a presidential convoy. The vet worked tirelessly, trying to stabilize him. David paced the waiting room like a madman, fists clenched, jaw tight. Other officers showed up, sitting silently beside him, waiting for word. Hours passed. When the vet finally emerged, her face said it all. "I'm sorry," she whispered. He fought hard. But the injuries were too severe. David didn't speak. He couldn't. The grief came in waves, hot, relentless, unforgiving. The next few days were a blur. The suspect was processed and sent back to prison on multiple charges, including attempted murder of a police officer. News outlets covered Rex's heroism. Social media flooded with tributes. But none of it filled the void in David's chest. He couldn't eat. Couldn't sleep. Every night he replayed the moment Rex jumped, the shots, the sacrifice. At the police station, Rex's kennel stood empty. His leash still hung on the hook by the door. No one dared touch it. A week later, the department organized a memorial. Officers from all over the state attended. Children held signs that read, "Thank you, Rex." Veterans saluted. The mayor gave a tearful speech. But it was David who stood last, holding Rex's collar in his hand, and spoke the words that would echo across Pinebrook for years. He didn't just catch a criminal that night. He saved lives, mine, and everyone that man might have hurt. Rex didn't hesitate. He didn't run. He did what he was trained to do. But more than that, he did what only love makes possible. He gave everything. A bronze statue was later erected outside the station, Rex, mid-stride, muscles tensed, eyes focused. Beneath it, a plaque read, K9 Officer Rex, loyal, brave, unforgotten. David eventually returned to duty, though something in him had changed. He visited schools to talk about Rex's courage. He helped establish a fund for retired K9s. And after many long months, he took on a new partner, a young German shepherd named Vela. It wasn't the same, and never would be. But when Vela looked up at him with those familiar, intelligent eyes, David felt something stir again. A flicker of trust. A second chance. Years later, when children asked him why he still wore Rex's badge number on his arm, David would smile and say, because heroes don't always wear uniforms. Some wear fur, walk on 4 legs, and give everything they have to keep us safe. And with that, Pinebrook remembered. Not just the chase, not just the criminal, but the sacrifice of one dog who turned a deadly night into a story of courage, loyalty, and love that no one would ever forget.